is about the Samick guitar. This is the first Samick guitar I've ever seen. I'm sure they made them a lot longer, but this is the first Les Paul I've ever seen made by Samick. As you can see, the truss rod uses the same wrench as the Gibson. They had a contract with Gibson from the late 80s to mid 90s. So I'm thinking that they made the Epiphone. I'm not 100% sure. Even the people at Samick, they don't even know exactly what's going on. It's a guitar. I think it's a plastic nut. I haven't changed it yet, but I've changed the tuners, Grovers. Grover tuners. Oh, you can see the guitar has been dropped and split right down the center of the tuners. This happened a long time ago, back in the early 90s, doing a gig. In the dressing room, the singer was playing my guitar. I told him, be careful with it. He set it on the stand, and it slowly did a nosedive off the stand. I dove for it, but I couldn't catch it. The guy that repaired it did an awesome job. Pegged it, put 3 or 4 pegs running sideways across the headstock. He said if I ever broke, he said it would never break in that spot again. He said the headstock would break off before that came off. Anyways, rosewood neck, binding. You can see the scarf joint in the neck. Now some luthiers will say they prefer these, some don't. It's all up to conversation. I don't care. As long as the guitar stays in tune and it doesn't come apart if it's done right. I'm assuming there's nothing wrong with this type of joint. The neck is mahogany. Body's a 3-piece mahogany. I don't know if you can see, you can clearly see the 3 pieces joined together. The tops and the bottoms are laminate. Set neck, binding all the way both sides. I replaced the pickups. I replaced everything. The wiring, switchcraft, CTS pickups, all braided. It's set up vintage style like the 50s. That way when I roll off, the volume, the tone doesn't drop at all. It just stays just the same as it is when it's fully up. It's been beat up. It's been played a lot. It's almost time for a new fret job. The neck's really thin on it. I love this guitar. I love the feel of the neck. It's wide and thin. Other than that, it's heavy. It's got the open book headstock on it, what you seen at the beginning. That's the first logo that Samick had. It says the Samick. The next run of the guitars, they dropped the, and it just said Samick in it in script writing. Then it changed probably 3 or 4 more times in the 90s. But the guitar was probably, I think they wanted $150 for it at the music store. And when I picked it up and I felt the neck, and I'd seen it was a glue-in neck, a set neck. It's like I had to have it because I love Les Pauls. it played great. I'd like to be able to find actual Gibson style bridge to replace this one with. Tailpiece, I don't know. Does it really matter? Tailpiece? If it's steel, pewter, brass, whatever. As long as it stays the same color hardware, gold color, I guess brass wouldn't matter. Kind of looks like brass now. It's been worn so much. Um, but yeah, this is the Samick guitar, Les Paul, which I'm sure this would have been their Epiphone Les Paul. But back then they made some really good guitars. I'm sure they do now, but I haven't played one. I haven't seen them. Though I've only seen one other one like this on the internet with this script headstock. But other than that, I've seen a couple with where it just said Samick. But this is the guitar. Plays nice, sounds nice. I got a little 59 in the neck position. Sounds really clean, really good for clean stuff. You got Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge position, which I've switched out. I used to have a JB Junior in the bridge, and that really cleans up the chunking. Low end makes the notes, the lower playing notes stand out a little bit more, a little thumpier, just because I think of the frequency that it covers on the string vibration versus covers this frequency here versus just a shorter frequency. Um, but output wise, they were the same. Tone wise, they were the same. Actually, the newer ones are quieter than the old ones. This one is out of my 85 Kramer Beretta. I'm just testing it right now. I got the the JB Junior in my Beretta, just testing it out, see what it sounds like. Because I don't like the slant in the pickup in the Beretta. I'd much rather if they would have stuck it in straight to get the higher end frequencies. It gets a little bit muddy with the pickup slanted sideways up on top. Anyways, this is the guitar I was telling you about. Don't want to make it too long. So I'll get off here. Take it easy. See you again sometime.